Nobody ever said that being a yogi required you to practice for at least an hour a day. Or maybe somebody did say that. I'm not part of that club. We're going to be practicing today a short 10-minute Yin Yoga sequence where we will be focusing on releasing some tightness in the hips. So roll out your mat and let's get started.
Welcome to Yoga with Carolynne. In this channel, you will gain the tools, the knowledge, and the confidence to practice yoga, no matter your size, your age, or your ability to touch your toes.
We've got Nala joining us today. She's got her ball, so she's going to be perfectly relaxed and perfectly content while we practice together. I will mention before we get started that I have made pose tutorials for all of the poses that we're practicing in today's sequence. We are going to be starting seated, so find a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you, with whatever props that you need. Placing the hands on the knees or on the lap, palms down or palms up, and bring your eyes to a close. Bringing your attention to your breath as you watch the rise and fall of your body as you inhale and as you exhale. Taking a nice big inhale with me. Now exhale out the mouth, let it go. Opening the eyes. We'll find a little bit of movement into the hips before we come into our first shape. So bringing the hands behind you, releasing the legs in front of you, bringing the soles of the feet onto the floor. And then just beginning to allow the knees to flop from side to side. Noticing how your hips are feeling. And releasing that movement. Coming onto your hands and your knees. Grounding down into that left knee, reaching the right leg back behind you, and then bringing that right knee towards the right wrist as we come into our first shape, pigeon pose. So walking that left leg back and bringing your supports into it here. So that right foot is flexed, back leg is nice and straight. Bring your support underneath of your hip. Modify as best as you can. If you've done the pigeon pose tutorial and you want to use your chair, grab your chair. And then bringing yourself down onto whatever prop, whatever support is there for you. Bring the eyes to a close. Bring your awareness, your attention back to your breath. As you inhale, you send that breath towards where you feel that sensation in the right hip. Sometimes what happens when we come into poses where we're stretching out the bottom half of the body, so the hips or the legs, and we're holding the pose for a little bit of time, sometimes we overcompensate for the strong sensations by beginning to tighten up in the shoulders. So if you've noticed that has begun to happen, see if you can release those shoulders, release the back of the neck, release the upper back. Please take 3 more deep breaths here. Once you have taken those 3 deep breaths, moving those props out of the way, Palms of the hands come onto the floor. Curling the back toes under to lift that back knee, and then meeting back in your tabletop position. Take a few rounds of cat and cow pose here to help release that shape. On the inhale, drop the belly down, gaze looks up towards the sky. Pressing into your hands and knees as you curl up the spine, press the shoulders up, tuck the chin in. Inhale, one last time, drop the belly down, gaze looks up towards the sky, enjoy the stretch. Exhale, press into the hands and knees, curling the spine, tuck the chin in, press those shoulders up. Releasing that. We'll come into the shape on the other side, grounding that right knee down, extending the left leg back behind you, stretch back nice and long, and then left knee comes towards the left wrist. Walk the right leg back. You know the drill here, bring your supports in, flex that left foot, back leg is straight. Settling into your version, your variation of this stretch. And when I say your version, your variation, I don't mean take the most kind of advanced variation, and I don't mean coming into maybe the same variation you always do. Your body might be feeling a little bit tighter today or a little bit more open. So supporting your body as you see fit for today's practice. Bringing your eyes again to a close. Attention comes back to the breath. Where can you let go, and what can you let go of here that is not serving you? Please take 3 more deep breaths here. Once you have taken those 3 deep breaths, move the props out of the way. Palms of the hands come onto the mat as you press yourself up. Curl the back toes under. Lift that back knee and release that front leg back. Bring the feet over towards one side. Bring the hips down onto the mat. Bring your legs in front of you. We'll come into our last shape. Bringing the soles of the feet together, we'll be coming into butterfly pose, diamond shape with the legs. Grab a block so that you've got supports for your forehead. Grab hold of your feet, your ankles, wherever your hands meet comfortably, you're not really straining. Taking a nice big inhale with me. On the exhale, leading with the heart beginning to come down. As soon as you feel your spine begin to curl, your shoulders begin to curl, stop there. Noticing what it feels like to find a nice long flat back here in this shape. Tuck your chin in just slightly. Now taking another inhale. Now on the exhale, you can walk those hands forward and allow your forehead to just fall wherever it feels comfortable. Bringing your support underneath of your forehead so that the back of the neck feels really nice. Palms can stay down on the floor, or you can open the palms up towards the sky. Now soften. How can you use your breath to soften a little bit more? Taking one last inhale, one last exhale. Pressing into the hands, head comes up last as you roll up the spine.
Being nice and gentle with yourself, bringing hands beneath the knees as you bring the knees in towards each other. Bring the eyes to a close, bring the palms of the hands back onto the knees. Taking just this last moment to notice any sort of shifts that you might be feeling in the body, in the heart, or in the mind. And together we'll take one last inhale. Out the mouth, let it go, exhale. Thank you so much for joining me for this short 10-minute Yin Yoga sequence for opening up your hips. I hope your hips feel a little bit better. If you aren't already, I would love it if you became a subscriber. That way we can keep in touch and you can stay tuned to any more free online yoga that I offer. Until next time, namaste.